So as we discussed, we recognize life through electric fields. We look to the Aztec calendar and we see that this is a cross-section of the earth, and it shows with squares that 50% of the earth is hollow, 50% of the radius, and inside the center of the earth is the sun, which rotates, indicated by hands. We see the tunnel to the center of the earth in the southern hemisphere, which shows the volcanic tunnel that travels all the way to the center. And through Lenz's law, magnetic flux, the Schumann resonance is created through these volcanic tunnels and the magnetic fields of the inner sun. We know the inner sun is considered the pineal center of the earth, and all life on the planet is the neural processing of the thought of earth. We see the electric field of the Schumann resonance that stimulates the atmosphere because of the magnetic effects, altering the electric charge in the north and south pole because of the magnetic ring, and thus stimulating the atmosphere so the electrons expand, and in their contraction photons are released. This is connected to the inner sun, and our inner sun is connected to the magnetic fields of our sun that we rotate, and is affected by the magnetic effects of solar storms. We recognize life on planets as planets by auroras, which indicate the planet has an inner sun, and the electric field to the surface, creating the aurora. NASA has asked many times, how is it possible that Uranus is heating up from the inside? Because it has an inner sun, as indicated by the auroras, and this is life. And then we recognize the dying planets of Venus, a planet at the end of its life cycle, no longer able to produce an aura, no longer able to sustain its atmosphere in its last stages of life. And we see Mars, a planet whose life was stopped, its inner heart stopped, and there is no life field on Mars, and there is no possibility to live on a dead planet. We recognize life by electricity, and we see the living planets. We know the moon is part of the earth, but in relationship to a planet, the moon is not living. Neither is Mercury. But we see the moons and their magnetic fields are connected to the life of the planet and not separate from it. And thus we are bound, connected with all the life to the moon and the life cycles and the breeding cycles, the magnetic effects of the moon direct in helping the life with Mother Earth.